I had a dream last night of what I think is going to go down in the very near future. And I've been seeing videos where people have been getting these downloads and been seeing things in the sky and craft in the sky. And it's obvious that we're being prepared as a collective for something. Me, myself, had not really experienced anything like that. But after my dream last night, I definitely feel like it was a intentional download. It made absolute sense. Usually when I dream, it's very scattered and I don't quite understand a meaning. Often there isn't a meaning behind it. But this one was extremely detailed, logical, and there was any weird elements lane. I also want to preemptively discuss the night before because I think it plays into this subconscious dream that I had that was so concise. I was meditating with my partner right before bed. We were listening to high frequency music. We had incense going. And as I was doing my meditative breathing, I all of a sudden started to feel very lightheaded. I felt spacey. I had a headache. I felt nauseous. I couldn't catch my breath. It was almost like a surging sense of anxiety. So I breathed through it, but my head was tingling and it was burning. It felt like there was gas in my brain. I can't explain it. I've never had anything like this before. And it's very similar to a video I saw earlier in the week where a man was talking about how he thinks he's had a Kundalini awakening because of these similar symptoms. I think that my mind shifted at some point last night and I was preparing to receive this dream or this download. So as I went to sleep, I had the dream between 3 and 4 a.m. I was on Earth and I was by myself. And I was separated from my kids and my husband, but I somehow knew that they were okay. And all of a sudden, I saw several craft in the sky. It was almost as if the sky was completely covered by craft, alien craft spaceships. And these were all different sizes. These were not just one typical kind. They were all different sizes and shapes, but they were completely covering the sky and they were right above our heads. And everyone was standing outside under these craft. And I've now since seen pictures on this app of people trying to depict what they saw. And I think that I saw a very similar scene to what other people are experiencing. Everybody was outside and we were looking up at the craft, just marveling at them. There was not fear. There was not panic. Some people on this app have talked about a purpley blue metallic glittery vapor that was running across the earth that was causing the calm, the peace. And I wouldn't say that I saw that, but there was definitely not clear air around me. It was definitely something in the air that was adding more weight to it. It was like a dense air that we were all in, that we were all breathing, but it was making us calm. And I remember feeling the communication from whoever was in the craft that they were there just to show us that they meant no harm and to acclimate us to them. And that's what I felt in my dream. And there wasn't any sort of movement. People weren't getting on crafts. It was more just them explaining to us or showing us that they mean no harm, that they are here with us and preparing us for something. And more than anything, it was just, there was no fear or panic. It was just a state of love, almost a blissful feeling that the collective had at the moment. I also want to add that I had a further download as the night progressed, and I went back to sleep after waking up from this dream where I saw the craft. I've been seeing a lot of images on this app about different types of aliens. So you have the grays, and then I made a video a few days ago about seeing Sumerians that I believe I saw one at Mount Shasta when we were touring the caverns. I believe there are a bunch of different alien species here on Earth living with us within our planet, walking around with us, and they're from all different dimensions. And I had a download last night that these people that are returning back, like the Greys, if you want to specifically talk about this species, they are our future selves, but they are a dimension of our future selves that chose to go down one path, and that path was one of war and technology and dominance and hierarchy and power. And they are what we become when we choose that timeline, when we choose that dimension of reality, and we do not balance our feminine and masculine energies here and on this earthly plane. We will eventually turn into that species that annihilates itself, that is solely focused on power, dominion, and gaining, taking from the earth, taking from each other. That is what happens. And they are returning to us because they want parts of humanity that they lost. I don't know what those are, biologics, if those are studying parts of our soul or how we react as a body and a soul within a body. I don't know, but they're trying to get information from them, their past selves, which are us, to understand themselves better and to understand where they ended up. I was told that the other types of alien species where they're more love centered and focused, and they, I think, perhaps live among us, and so we don't recognize them because they look more closely to us, but they are here to teach us. They are here to guide us. They're here to help us because they are our future selves as well. They are another timeline or dimension of our future selves that did not choose that old hierarchical way of the masculine, which is to take and to pillage and to lord above each other, to lord over each other, and to take from one another. They are the higher mind. They are the one that chose love, and they chose a higher level of being, and that's what they evolved into. So they are also here to direct humanity in its current state to head towards that outcome and that dimension of time. I was also told that the polarity of the divine masculine and feminine is very important at this point in time because the earth has lived in the masculine up to this point. We have taken from the earth. We have asked her to give and give and give. We have pillaged. We have dominated over one another. We have been greedy and we have hoarded her resources, and we've been living in the masculine of power and dominion. And as we move into this new earth, we are being asked to step into the feminine. We are being asked to receive. The feminine receives. So we are being asked as a populace, as a collective, to receive from these higher light beings that are here to teach us, that are here to show us a better way, that are here to show us that we are all one, that we all come from source, and how to operate together as a collective. We are here to receive from them. And the earth on the macro is here to start receiving. The earth now needs to move from an imbalanced masculine state of giving, of being pillaged, of all of her resources being taken, to one of receiving now. She needs to receive from us our good intentions, our love, our planting in the earth, our grounding in the earth, our appreciation for her. She needs to receive in this new earth energy as we move forward. So we are all moving into a femininity as a collective to be more in touch with our emotions, to be more open to love and light and connecting with each other and loving and building bridges and unity. As we move into this age of Aquarius, we are moving into more of the divine feminine, of those type of attributes. And the earth itself is also experiencing an awakening of receiving. We are learning from these higher entities. We are receiving their wisdom and knowledge as we move into this new age of Aquarius.